Good morning. It's Monday, January the 20th, and this is The Drill. Thank you. I'm Ron, your host and the only true conservative in the United States today. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran, a Christian, and a registered independent. My podcast is made possible through Spreaker and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. So you think that you're conservative? Do you think of conservatism as a movement? Do you believe in exceptions, middle ground, compromise? Then you are not a conservative. Today, conflict management versus ethics management, absurdity versus counterintuition, and the 2020 election. Will the Democrats nominate anybody to run against President Trump? All that when I come back. Thank you. Welcome back. Conflict management versus ethical management. It used to be that if two people broke up, it was because one of them refused to admit that they were wrong about something. Now people break up because of conflict management. Conflict management encourages people to talk about their feelings rather than getting into an argument about who's to blame. Arguments are better and conservative because without arguments, no growth can occur. No mistakes can be corrected. The person that is wrong admits that they are wrong and makes amends, which means makes the other person whole, or at the very least apologizes and promises not to do it again. You'll notice that what I just described rarely happens, that potential arguments immediately become subjective so as to avoid ethical conflicts. Without the ethical conflicts, nothing gets accomplished, and the problem is simply put off to a later date. Problems continue to build up until both parties can no longer endure and the relationship is terminated. When I come back, absurdity versus counterintuition. Thank you. The left wants to bully and intimidate you into going along with the idea that life is inherently absurd, that life is inherently contradictory. They want you to go along with this idea in order to help convince you that the universe is a scary place where failure is to be expected. This idea is false and stupid. From time to time, life will appear to be absurd, but it isn't. Life is, from time to time, counterintuitive. I realized this when I was thinking about a book that I read titled Management of the Absurd, in which the author posits the theory that most business managers fail because the managers fail to consider, in their decision-making, the inherent absurdity of life. This is false. If most managers fail, and if they fail by refusing to take something into consideration, it is psycho-intellectual counterintuition that is overlooked, and not absurdity. As a matter of fact, absurdity doesn't even exist, because unresolved contradictions are psycho-intellectual zeros. Up next, speculation about the 2020 election. Thank you. I speculate that the Democrat Party may indeed nominate no candidate to run against President Trump in 2020. I further speculate that the Democrats may justify this refusal by describing it as a protest. I still further speculate that the Democrats may refuse to run a candidate so as to concentrate scarce donations on House and Senate races. The theory being that even if President Trump gets reelected, he can be kept in check by a Democrat majority in either or both houses of Congress. Back in a minute. Thank you. In conclusion, Manage ethics and counterintuition, and remember that Democrats don't have to nominate a candidate to run against President Trump. Who is the true conservative? He's the person that understands that conservatism is not just about politics, but culture as well. He is not selfish, but minds his own business. He acts like an adult. He is patriotic and uses common sense. He expresses what he knows and does so with certainty. He makes judgments, refuses to speculate, speaks clearly and definitively, and is not afraid to say no. He's open-minded, asking why rather than why not. He is consistent, credible, and influential. Not ashamed of his existence, unafraid to learn or correct his mistakes, he is a normal American, and he is better than the socialist. He's a better friend, father, brother, family member, and a better person, period. You have to know that. If you don't know with every fiber of your being that being a true conservative is best, then you're wasting your time. That brings me to the end of another episode of The Drill. Remember that the left has no authority, no power, and they can't win. Think about it.